about the console wars, and then next one we'll talk about the sport wars continuation from yesterday, the video I made yesterday. Here we go. But this first video will be the console wars one, and the next one video I made will be the sport wars one after this. And then I'll make another video talking about the console wars, obviously. But let's get back to the topic at hand as far as the console wars in this first video, and then I'll talk about the sport wars in the next video. And then me probably talking about Henry in the next video after that. That's 3 videos I made today. This is the first one talking about the sport wars. I mean the console wars. The next one, the next second video I'll be making, it'll be the sport wars. And then the other one will be talking about the console wars again. So that's 3 videos talking about the console wars and one talking about the sport wars. I had to make one talking about that yesterday. But anyways, we got to the topic about the console war. So I was right about the last season of Call of Duty. Thought it was a season 6, so I was right. But I thought I was wrong at first because my homeboy Tristan, one of my followers on Twitch, because I think I've been paying attention to his notifications because he kept changing them out, and he said the yo word obviously, but no. If I wanted to respond to Tristan in this video, which I want to respond to try to soon on this, yeah, no season 6. Tristan as well. And anybody that has Call of Duty on both consoles, all 3 consoles, if you had money to get all 3 consoles, no season 6. I was wrong. And I was right too, because I thought it was going to be a season 6, but I was wrong. Season 5 is the last one. So my cousin might have reached his peak on Call of Duty pretty much. He still didn't get the Prestige Master still. But anyways, get back to the topic at hand. These console wars have been epic, obviously. But I think Sony might have paid hush money to put Black Myth Wukong on Sony only because of exclusivity BS. But anyways, but the Tristan as well, one of my followers on Twitch, obviously. Yeah, no season 6. Anybody that has the Call of Duty currently or playing on PC currently or the consoles or both, obviously, no season 6. Season 5 was his last. So Modern Warfare 3 reached his peak pretty much, Tristan as well. One of my followers on Twitch as well. I got so many followers on Twitch, it's not funny. I got so many followers on all my Twitch accounts, it's not funny. But anyways, Tristan's one of them. But anyways, I told Joseph obviously Jim Ron was gone. My cousin Joseph that Jim Ron was gone. He wasn't fired, he was retired pretty much. Because he said Sony would never recover because Microsoft took over the ABK deal. Also, like I said, he was lying too much. Because they was given 3 choices, either to resign, to retire, which he did, I was retire, or get fired, or terminated, or separated. Same word, 2 different, same word, same, 2 different words, same definition, but anyways. Cause I told Joe, obviously Sony don't have the first parties no more. So even when you purchase the microtransactions or any separate add-ons, you ain't funding me and John for the Microsoft add-ons on Call of Duty pretty much. And I also let Joseph know on this too, far as him playing Naruto pretty much. Naruto's gonna be dead soon. And I was watching a leak through Naruto Explained. So take this with a grain of salt. If anybody has a Naruto friend, take this with a grain of salt right now. Take this with a grain of salt right now. Naruto could be dead soon. And also Sasuke might go back to running for about myself of hell right now. Go back to Ronin for about Ninja Gaiden. But anyways, Naruto could be dead soon. Me and John told Joseph that Naruto was going to be dead eventually. Because he's almost in his 50s now. 40's going into his 50s now. So take that week with a grain of salt. Take that week with a grain of salt as far as Naruto's death after I found out through Naruto's point, pretty much. Got the kingdom with the mangas, yes. I watched the mangas on Toonami on YouTube as well. The mangas on Toonami and watching the mangas on Crunchyroll on YouTube as well. So like I said, get back to the topic at hand, but anyways. But Naruto could be dead soon, so take that link and remember with a grain of salt. At the watching Naruto's Explained video a few days ago with a grain of salt right now. But anyways, get back to the topic at hand. So like I said, Call of Duty has Microsoft has every Call of Duty now, and they go in the coming days on Microsoft Game Pass Ultimate. Just got back from the grocery store 6 hours or over 8 hours ago. Cause I went to the grocery store. What time did I go to the grocery store? It was a little bit after. I think it was a little bit after 11 when I went to the grocery store. Obviously, and I didn't get back until after 1. I had to get my groceries pretty much, my toiletries pretty much. I was able to grab everything from Walmart, obviously. But anyways, get back to the topic at hand. Like I said, my cousin don't want to talk about these console wars because, like I said, Call of Duty is on Microsoft now, and I know what he's thinking right now, but you can't overlook that Microsoft they believe in generations, though, especially when it comes to the memberships. Like I said, but I think Sony paid hush money to keep Black Myth Wukong off of Microsoft because they said it was dealing with errors and other reasons. I think some other reasons that Mr. Boomstick said, XL said, because of lack of input error or something like that. But yeah, I think Sony paid hush money to keep that game because of exclusivity BS. But anyways, I told them all that I couldn't make that Sony return, obviously, because I'm not going to afford the PS5 anyway, because they pushed that up to almost $600 now. It's $550 now for that OG one. Now, in the digital one, that's going to be almost $450 now, so it's going to go from $399 to $460 for that all digital edition. So it's out of my budget. I can't afford it. Then I'm just sorry on that. But I hope you are enjoying your PS5 demo on as well. But I'm enjoying myself on Microsoft right now. But anybody that has Call of Duty that plays on Call of Duty on Microsoft or Sony or both console PC, come try send as well. And any other files that play Call of Duty on their Twitch accounts and stream those games on their Twitch accounts. No, I have multiple Twitch accounts. I have 5 of them. But anyways, yeah, try send no season 6. But you have a chance to cap out all the calling cards. Try send as well and cap all the calling cards and the guns that would have. So shout out to try send on this. But like I said, Call of Duty is on Microsoft now. And when you better play the new Call of Duty, you gotta have PC on Microsoft because Sony don't have it no more. And I told Diamante as well and Joseph, the games that Diamante played, Shells Died Twice, that's on Microsoft. And Prototype 1 and 2, that's on Microsoft now, Game Pass Ultimate now. And then 3 and 4, once that comes out, that's going to be on Game Pass Ultimate as well. And I'm waiting for Borderlands to be there next month. And Call of Duty as well. So I can finish those storylines and play the multiplayer, obviously, for free, obviously. But like I said, this has been a journey, obviously. But Joe don't want to talk about this because we know, and my Uncle John knows I'm a reliable source. As far as my sources on Microsoft, as far as the console wars is concerned, he don't want to talk. My cousin Ken don't want to talk about this because one, Microsoft, after seeing the showcase back in June, almost 2 months ago, almost 3 months ago to this day, obviously, or several Sundays ago, back in June, obviously, almost several Sundays ago to that day, obviously, back in June, obviously, when they had all those first party, second party, and third party, and indie games. So like I said, Sony's in absolute trouble, guys. Marathon is in trouble too, but Bungie's in trouble too as well. It's not looking good for Sony right now. Like I said, somebody that has Call of Duty on Sony or Microsoft, all 3 console PC. Season 5 of was his last reached his peak on Call of Duty because they're making another dual leaking rumors, so take this with a grain of salt, So another Modern Warfare is coming. The remake of Modern Warfare 4 and 4.0 is coming out next year. Due to leaks in my reliable sources and rumors. I had to find out from Mr. Boomstick XL that they're making another Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 4 and 4. But I told Joe that too, so they was making a 4. Told you, I wasn't lying. So take it with a grain of salt, take it with a grain of salt too, as well. Told my cousin Ken to get a hard drive for his console because he's gonna need that space. install that Call of Duty. That costs going the same amount of space as the current Call of Duty that he got currently on his hard drive. He's going to need to get an eternal hard drive piece or cartridge to get installed in space. So that's why he had the space to install his Call of Duty from now on. So he stopped complaining about storage space. But anyways, because the next after this one, they're making Black Ops 2 remake. In the mid 2020s, the early to mid 2020s, and they're making Black Ops 7, which is less than a year and a half away, pretty much. Ghost 2, 2 leaks, rumors. Ghost 2 has already been leaked out. Vanguard 2, Infinite Warfare 2, Advanced Warfare 2, Ghost 2, and Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer remastered, and 2 multiplayer, the OG ones multiplayer remastered, been leaked too in the mid 2020, in the late 2020. So take those leaks with a grain of salt. Take these leaks with a grain of salt right now. And also making Black Ops Cold War Part 2 as well. Continuation from Black Ops Cold War years later. Part 1 years later, but Part 2 is coming out sooner than you think. But all those games, despite those games being multiplayer with Sony kind of, Microsoft still owns it because they own the studio. But anyways. So like I said, anybody that plays on PC, as far as Call of Duty, all of them from the new, the old, most recent, and OG. No more seasons after Modern Warfare. Season 5 Reloaded was his last one. So it's reached its peak. For anybody that plays on PC, count and try to send as well. Anybody that's played on PC, come my homeboy, try to send on my Twitch accounts as well. No season 6. So I was wrong and right at the same time. I thought it was going to be a season 6, but I was wrong. So, no season 6. But we need to talk to Cousin Ken about these consoles. We do. Because this game, the work industry is changing, the game industry is changing. So, got no demands. Gonna say, well, Resident Evil 2 is first party, Kyle, and what's that other game? Death Stranding 2 is for us, and no, Demon, that's second party. Yeah, second party, third party, Demon there as well. The main first parties were Call of Duty, and when they bought Bethesda, I had to spend 50-50 with them. They maybe took all the first parties away, and Sony took most of the first parties away, including Call of Duty as well. And again, you play Sega Transit, so no more Samurai games for you, Demon. As well, everything goes to 2 Part 2. So you're barely in for all your Samurai games. You gotta get out of the dash and not kill Sin. Because your main Zob was killed by Superman. I know you're gonna say, how did you know that, Carl? Because the first man still, well, I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw the part where Zob was killed. Your main Zob was killed. He may be alive in your fighting spirit pretty much, falls a hero and anti-hero, but he's dead in my eyes. Because Superman had to kill Zod in that movie because you killed my spouse. Or Superman's spouse, as they say. You killed the person that he loved the most. So it's time for Diamante, aka Zod, to get out of that doubt. Gotta get out of that life, Zod. Gotta get out of that life, Zod. Red Hood, suggest you get out of that life. So Red Hood telling Diamante Zod to get out of that life. I know you defy that life, but you can't defy that sin either. It's not worth a murder charge. Trust me, when I know being a cop and security officer, it's not worth a murder charge. It's not. Zod. White Diamante's YouTube name, by the way. I liked it, but Zod was already dead in my eyes. But anyways, get back to the topic at hand. But I told Diamante too in all my videos, I've been giving Microsoft the smoke, but I think I've been giving Sony the smoke because they might have played hush money, keep Black Myth Wukong from being on Microsoft pretty much. And they did just some sneaky and slimy shit, Miss Diamante as well. Sneaky and slimy shit. They did some trifling shit doing that. But anyways, like I said, Call of Duty is on Microsoft Game Pass Ultimate in the coming months. Cannot wait to play those and finish those. And Borderlands as well. Queen Titans Wonderlands, the one-shot adventure game. Wait for that to be free as well. Gotta be able to play that too right away. But anyways, like I said, for anyone that has Call of Duty, and the most recent Call of Duty, the current Call of Duties, the OG ones, if they still got the PS3s, pretty much, or PS4. No more season passes after season 6. That's it. And I told Cousin Kendra, so now you're down to Naruto and Matt now, because um, the funny thing about this, he did get the Madden 2025 game, yes, but he didn't finish it. And my aunt said, "What's the point of getting a game if you're not going to finish it?" And I remember her saying that multiple times. I said, "Well, if you look at my trophies on this as well, on my accounts, I finished more than half my games. Not one for half, even with the zeros in it included. Because if you look at my overall trophy percentage on Xbox Quarter 2, that's almost at 3/5, and Furry King, that's almost two-thirds, almost 7/10. And on Trinity History, that's almost 83% games finished. If you saw my stuff on PSN trophies, obviously, Muscle History 4, that was 80-something% of games finished. And if I was playing on Super Nintendo, so that'd have been 95% of the game, almost 96% of games finished. Even my zeros too, pun intended. But like I said, it could be the end of the console wars pretty much. Sony might be out of the console industry because they don't got the first parties. PS5 Pro comes out December 6th. I know Jim said, "How'd you find that out, Carl?" So because through leaks and rumors in my reliable sources. PS5 Pro comes out December 6th, but they said that PS5 Pro is going to be $700. And also it's going to be 2 TB and 4 TB for both the physical and the digital one. But I think the digital one's going to have double that. It's going to be 4 TB. So PS5 Pro is his last console, but no PS6. It ain't never changed. Because no first parties. How they going to make a PS6 they don't got the first parties? The only games they're relying on now is Tekken 9, the games I told them all, but you see my mom's death, Chun Kazama's death on Tekken 9. It's real mention of nostalgic. And Jin Kazama nostalgic calls her out before her death. Like I've been doing all my other videos on my previous YouTube account, but anyways. Tekken Tag will be the last 2 Tekkens. See what else is coming out for us fighting games. Guilty Gear Strive 2. I remember that's coming out. That's next year, more than likely. Blaze Blue Cross Team Tag. I think I'm saying it wrong. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle 2. That's coming out soon. King of Fighters 16. If it don't be in that age, it's coming out soon. Well, I guess I see they're going to focus on those fighting games and second person and third person games as far as the ones that play like first person, but they don't play first person. The second person and third persons. Tom Clancy's Breakpoint 2 is coming out. Not this year, though, most likely next year. Now be part of Game Pass Ultimate and Ubisoft Plus day one, day on Game Pass Ultimate. It will be on Sony too as well. Don't rule it out. Borderlands 4 will probably be part of Game Pass Ultimate as well. It might be multi-platform. But Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy Rebirth and Ever Crisis and Reunion, all those Final Fantasy 7 ones are going to Game Pass Ultimate soon enough in the coming months, because what Sony did for this exclusivity BS is not fair. I know Joe's going to say the consoles, they sold 61 million consoles, why you don't get it? I said, for one, I can't afford it, Joseph, and two, they don't got the first parties. And I know I said on all my videos, Joe only plays 6 of the 37 studios. I played 15 of the 37 studios, counting the indies and the long games on top of it. John's played 30 of the 37 studios. That's almost 80% of the studios. I played more than 40%. Is almost half of what he's played for the studio, all but the RPGs. But anyways, versus Borderlands, that's first one in the RPG. But anyways, my cousin only played 6 out of the 37. That's less than 20% of the studios, pretty much. But anyways. Because my cousin again, I want to talk about these consoles. I have all the reliable sources in the podcast sources to say that Sony's not doing good. They're in a pickle right now, Joseph. I told you this. This is your last chance to talk about these consoles. Last chance before you move out of this house. Last chance. Why this, and the prove yourself too. Why Sony is better than Microsoft. Last chance to talk about it, Joe. Not playing. Last chance to talk about it. Otherwise, we're going to have to talk about it. But you like it. I know you don't like meetings when it comes to this, but they got all the first part. I said, well, you didn't see the ABK case. I did. I got Jim Ryan to retire pretty much because he was lying too much. And so he's not going to recover now because now we found out PS5 Pro comes out December 6th. That's his last console. He's dead now. After that console, that's even with Tekken 9, Tekken Tag Team Tournament 3 coming out. And also Street Fighter 6, Super Street Fighter 6, Vanilla Street Fighter 7. Street Fighter 8, Resident Evil 9, 10, 11. Then those are going to be remade. Then 5, 6, and 7. Biohazard. Then 8, those are going to be remade. And then 9, 10, those are going to be, then Yakuza. And then Yakuza 0 is going to be remade. Most like Yakuza 1 is going to be remade. And then all those games were remade. And then they're going to make like a Dragon remake as well. And 5, they already made 5 and 6 remake. And then they're probably going to remake Shimu again. Because that's all Sony can afford money-wise. Anyways. And they're making a Final Fantasy X-2 remake, but they're basing it off the current Final Fantasy X-2. And then they make a X-3, X-4, but that won't be to the mid-2020s. But anyways. I told them all that they don't got the first parties. The games you outweigh, including the Samurai games, if you know about those too, them on there. I told Cousin Ken too as well. Last chance to talk about these console wars. Joe. Not playing. We need to talk now. The game industry has changed, the work industry has changed as well. Because like I said, Sony's had a lot of layoffs, Microsoft's had a lot of layoffs, but Sony's had more layoffs than anything. Including Jim Ryan as well, but he wasn't really laid off, he was retired, pretty much. So like I said, last chance to talk about these console wars, last chance to talk about it, last chance. To say why Sony is better than Microsoft, you need to prove to me why it is. And you better have the rewind, so don't use old articles, please, thank you. Because I can expose that. Because you go on Wikipedia too much. And that was your problem too, doing those sports stats too as well. Wikipedia doesn't tell everything right. It tells everything right, but it tells everything wrong too. Last chance to talk about these console wars, because I'm not playing. Last chance to talk about it. Because this is getting way out of hand now. Your boy, me and John McConnell, could we have the sources. We be getting Microsoft to smoke too, but we getting Sony to smoke all year long. They ain't never changed. Since last year too as well. The first part is a god now. You're down to Madden and Naruto, pretty much. And Naruto's death is coming up. And I told you that in the first part of that video that Naruto's death was coming up. Soon enough. And once you see his death potentially, you probably won't watch that manga no more, because that could be the end of the Naruto saga, pretty much. It could be the end of that manga, one of the greatest mangas of all time, one of my favorite mangas of all time. I love Naruto and One Piece and Yu-Gi-Oh! As far as the animes and the shows and the games itself. Then you're down to One Piece. If you watch that, which you don't, I do. Watch it on Toonami on YouTube and Cartoon Network on YouTube, because they was talking about removing Cartoon Network more than I said they can't do that. Cartoon Network is too wealthy to even go out of the cartoon channel industry. They're too wealthy. Because they got multiple YouTube channels. Cartoon Network UK, Cartoon Network LA, Cartoon Network Hispanic, all the states, even for all states, including international as well, in the United States as well. They can't shut down Cartoon Network. That's not fair. That'd be the same thing they said Nickelodeon was going to shut down. But they didn't do that yet, and they never will, because they're wealthy too. So how they going to shut down Cartoon Network, knowing Cartoon Network's been very popular? And it's showing all the DC and the Marvel and all Transformers animated cartoon. How they going to do that? Cartoon Network can't do that, man. They're too wealthy to even go out of the cartoon industry. But anyways. So like I said, last chance to talk about these console wars, because last chance to talk about this. Because Call of Duty is on Microsoft now. All the Call of Duty, including the one I just told you about just now. You're down to Naruto and Madden now. And that's not good for you right now, because you don't involve the other studio. I don't involve my other studios either. I admit to that too. But I play 15 of those 37 studios, though. I play the RPGs. I play Bethesda. Play Call of Duty. Yes, I admit to that. Even with my faults in Call of Duty, I still play it. And finish the game. Because storyline is always epic, and the multiplayer is always good too. Even my faults, I do prestige grind, but anyways. I had my faults in the game. I know I do. But anyways, last chance talking about these consoles, man. Last chance. Because this is getting way out of hand now. You maintain a low profile right now, and that's not good. And that's going to be your demise. When it comes to these console wars too, I have every source, all my rivals, even all my podcast sources on Spotify and YouTube. That's exposed you why you wasn't buying the games yet. I got all my bank stuff, my bank information. When I was purchasing these games, you only purchased 2 games. I purchased 20. But the last game I got was back in May. I purchased 20 games for your 2. So what did you say? I haven't bought the games. No, you're not. You went like Santi said. If it wasn't for me, John, and your mom getting those games, you would have never got those games in the first damn place. And your spouse too as well. You went through other means. You didn't want to get them yourself. So like I said, last year I'm talking about these consoles. Okay, I have them on my bank, so I have them right on my bank statements that I've been buying these games for you to play and John to play too as well. John will have more time to play them, but you won't have time because it's not your game. It's not your cup of tea, you know. Because I have every source to roast you to say you don't buy the game. I have it on all my bank receipts that I got this month, last month, and all the other months beyond, or a month ago. I've been buying the games. You haven't been buying them. You bought 2 this year. Two. I bought 20, but the last game I got was back in May when I got the 2 games I was defense banner and Vanquish, and then I made the game I was just getting into a while ago from my mom and my console. But anyways, so like I said, last chance to talk about these console wars because again, as well. Okay, guys, out in the video right there. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, on my Twitch accounts, Raven McKell Roth. Lemon Hut, Furry Kingdom, Brave Cal Roth, Retro Hutch, Yuki Hutch, and on Xbox Sony 1. Make sure you follow me on YouTube, Raven's Power 8, Rural Hutch 6, Rural Hutch Podcast, Raven Power 8, Raven's Power 8 nickname under it, Rural Hutch 6, Rural Hutch Podcast nickname under it. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, all 4 of my Instagram accounts. Make sure you add me on Facebook, and follow me on Facebook if you want to do both, obviously. And then add me on PSN, Espagori 2, Furry Kingdom, Chili, He, Monster Guy, He, Forum, Super Nintendo 64, find my PSN accounts. Make sure you add me on all 3 of my Xbox accounts, Hutch Xbox, Darkaway 66, and Apple Hut 4859. Also, add me on Facebook, follow me on Facebook, obviously. Follow me on all 3 of my YouTube again. I'll say it again, obviously. Robot Hutch 6, Robot Hutch Podcast nickname under it. Where's Power 8, Where's Power 8 nickname under it, and also Xbox vs. Sony Forever, Xbox vs. Sony Podcast nickname. I'll be making some more shorts and more videos on all 3 of my YouTube accounts. Yeah. The next video we'll talk about the sport wars out there. Yeah. That was all. I talked for 7 more minutes.